kept on eating. No, you good, bro.
That's what I need to start getting real talk.
You might as well just keep the cup and refill it at the crib.
What are you talking about, Jake?
Buying them at the store is way cheaper.
Let's start this motherfucker.
Yeah, awesome. We gonna let you start this part 2.
I bet it's
Oh
You
man,
don't never start part 2, Jake. So this is a first.
this is like a trilogy. It's like
Always.
Lethal Weapon or.
right now.
I'm gonna get one more watermelon.
Hey, do your thing, my boy.
I'm gonna be ready.
My boy.
You just eat your watermelon during the show, man.
I mean, you
could.
could. It's your show.
But I don't want the.
Oh yeah.
Man,
You don't, okay.
your laptop in the way now.
Oh, to show the watermelon?
They can't even. They can see it now.
They gotta see my watermelon.
Put it back on your laptop so they can't see it.
That's why I put it. If you don't leave me alone,
Welcome back, man.
I got 5 pieces and you go bother me.
To the All In show, man.
Oh,
We back.
Yeah,
We back.
yeah. I
With
try
my
to do
boy-
hype like him.
My
That ain't
boy
my thing.
Hollywood.
I can't do. I don't think I could do it either.
Yeah, say it with your chest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's way better than the original. What was the original noise?
Oh
It's
yeah.
way better than
Yeah, yeah.
I like
yeah.
this one
I
better.
agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I could do it. I just don't like to.
There it is.
I feel like you need a cowboy hat and cowboy boots if you're gonna do the
I
other
feel like
one.
it's disrespectful. Yeah, if you ain't got a Texas shirt on, what you doing?
Come on, man.
Yeah, we were just talking about Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. But
Yeah.
we back. My boy over there smashing watermelons.
Yeah,
Watching it
dude.
alone.
Here with my boy.
What was it? Manteno?
Manteno.
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 Manteno. My mama said. Yeah.
Well, there's Bourbonnais and Bourbonus,
Which one do you call it?
Oh, it's Bourbonnais.
It's
dude.
Bourbon.
The only
'Cause I lived
time
there for a little bit, so
I learned this from working in local radio. So you know how there's a Bourbonnais street in Kankakee?
Mm-hmm.
Well, so when if you hear like a news story on the news, or I think even like if you listen to a scanner, like a police scanner or something,
Mm-hmm.
and they're talking about Bourbonnais Street in Kankakee, I think you'll hear them pronounce it Bourbonus, so there's no confusion between the village of Bourbonnais and the street Bourbonnais. So they
saying they say the city of Bourbonnais is better than the street of Bourbonus. I agree, but that's what they say.
not necessarily. I think it's just to distinguish, so there's no confusion.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
that's just
real.
what I was told.
Now that makes sense, especially in that field, because you definitely can.
Yeah, so you hear them say Bourbonus Street instead of Bourbonnais Street.
Right.
For sure.
I don't know. That's just what I was told. I don't know how
But it makes sense. It makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Jake, we appreciate you coming on. I got a couple more questions for you.
Dude.
We're gonna bounce between work and more personal, just to
Oh,
give,
okay. All right.
give the flow a little bit away
Whatever
from
you want.
So
I'm an open book, man.
cool. Good to hear.
Yeah.
Can you tell us some of the most influential people in your media journey? What you feeling, homie guy?
Nah, that was your move. I see your little
Yeah.
move. Okay, I see you. I see you moving them hands. I know it's finna get real. I gotta pay attention.
One of my biggest influences.
Go ahead.
One of my biggest influences would be one of my best friends, who is named Don Geisinger.
Shout out to Don
Don Guy Singer.
He was my first instructor when I went to broadcasting school.
Okay.
He was my first teacher, and he ended up becoming one of my best friends. And he still guides me on things. Like if I'm thinking about doing something different with the podcast, or it's more like a business question or something, I will bounce that idea off of him, and he always has sound advice, so
For sure.
he is one of my biggest. He was a radio guy himself before he got out of the industry and was instead like a teacher.
Yeah.
Now the work he does, he's not a teacher anymore. He's not a radio instructor anymore, but he works for a travel company.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
And he still it does like marketing and things like that. Which he did radio marketing and things, but yeah, he was definitely one of my biggest influences and just one of the biggest people to help me out.
We got a legend stepping in.
There you go.
Unofficial third host.
Oh!
This is Smitty.
This is
Smitty's building.
Jake.
This is my boy
Jake.
Nice to meet. Do you own this shop?
Kankakee Podcast.
Oh, okay, cool.
Owner. Yeah,
cool shop,
owner
man.
Yeah.
Good to meet you.
Yeah,
he is a legend.
Yeah,
he does a lot in the community. He would
okay.
be another great person come on the podcast.
Awesome. Yeah, well, it's always good to meet new people. Yeah. So.
Kankakee Podcast. He got his own.
He's the only person who could come in and interrupt the show, and he knows.
Oh,
that's why he smiled when he come in the door.
He's like, I know.
Anybody else, we don't even acknowledge.
What's the shoes?
The shoe. Yeah, those are nice shoes, man. Yeah. No, I like your. What is that? A pharaoh? Is this supposed to be a pharaoh? Like a? That's cool.
I had it for like 13 years.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, 13 is a beautiful number.
It's my lucky
Yeah,
number.
is that your lucky?
Yeah.
That's supposed to be an unlucky number.
That's when I had both my kids, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be. But the thing with the number 13, it brings sudden changes. So right when you feel like you built a solid foundation, the universe gonna shake some shit up. That's why I might feel unlucky. But the number 13 is the number of constant change too. You know what I'm saying? So you're steady evolving.
That's why you need him on this show, Jay.
Wow, yeah, so I can learn all these things.
Yeah.
Like my birthday, 8/5. I bought a ring that was 13. You did what I'm saying? Synchronization. Have you ever, and I'm going to leave y'all alone.
No, you good.
I like this dose of knowledge.
Also, he's doing a Zodiac and numerology show with us next week.
Off top,
yeah.
Off top.
Sure.
Synchronization. Have you ever wondered, like, how an owner could look like their dog? Mm-hmm. Or how you could be with a person for so long
and start to look like them.
Yep. Or how all women are in a crib together and their periods sync together. Or if I had my lady and we were walking and we kind of off tempo, but after a while we're going to be walking on beat. Everything synchronizes and you attract. You attract and you synchronize what you attract, basically, what I'm trying to say.
Sure.
So when you asked about this pharaoh, I was in Arizona and I couldn't explain the feeling that I felt out there. I was just like, man, it feels crazy out here. Next thing you know, I'm like, man, I know I'm in Egypt. I kept telling my own, I'm in Egypt, right? I go to the Grand Canyon, and you start hearing the reports they find the stuff in the Grand Canyon from Egypt. It's real.
That's crazy.
You just got to know where you at.
Definitely got to know where you at. For sure.
I hope you didn't embarrass yourself and ask where the pyramids were, though, while you were out there.
No, I seen some actually in the mountains. I seen a lot of pyramids, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said they're starting to find some stuff out there, ain't they?
Yeah, all through the Grand Canyon, because little do we know you could make it through to Africa through the Grand Canyon.
Really?
Like, straight up, yes.
Really?
They say it's right through, straight down through?
Bro, the Grand Canyon is, first of all, this was all one at once.
That's true.
Right?
All of
so
the
when water, it broke it apart. You could get straight through there, man. It's some type of way you get straight through there. Because the Grand Canyon is bigger than everybody. Like they said the Grand Canyon is so big you could fit everybody in the world and still have room in the Grand Canyon. So God forbid the Grand Canyon ever flood.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Yeah.
That's that knowledge, my boy. That's why y'all need that link.
Dropping that knowledge, man.
That's every time.
Yeah, because look, Black history. I'm not the type to sit up there and say Black history is because the color of my skin, because that's bullshit. Black history is about history that has been put in the dark. And his story, who the fuck is he to tell the story? I never met him. Have you, Jake? You know, we laughing about. Have you ever met that?
Right.
No, you right.
They tripping about LeBron and man, let that man celebrate shit.
That's a whole nother topic.
We're gonna talk about that on your episode.
There you go.
You know we're gonna talk about it.
Crazy. Yeah. And look, you're one of my brown brothers too. Red is the closest thing to. And look, You already know.
Mama already know, dude.
I love it. Good to meet you, man.
Is it Wednesday?
It's Wednesday. Yeah.
We'll see you Wednesday.
Most definitely. What's today?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. So
A week from now.
So next Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. It's Valentine's Day.
Now don't be like David Ruffin in the crack house.
No. I just like to get my mind straight. So next Tuesday.
We don't talk days on the show. This is the day, that one day.
Valentine's
Day. But we got enough time just in case.
Yeah,
Let's hit us up.
We'll do it. Yeah.
Love y'all, man, with all my heart.
You already know, bro.
Thank you.
Blessing.
E-
Pleasure meeting you.
And-
Will collide.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so.
I would like that.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
All that is, man.
Peace.
Oh!
Let's run it back for him.
Welcome back to the All Dead Show.
Yeah!
We got my boy Hollywood Hartwell.
Yeah!
Third host just left. My
Yeah!
boy Smitty.
That's actually sounding pretty good.
That is. Do it again.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Dude.
Yeah!
Here with
There
the
you
legend.
go.
Here with the legend back. Who you be?
Jake LaMore.
Yeah!
Yes, sir.
You
Where
go.
you from? Where you from again?
Manteno.
Manteno.
Man to know.
Shout out to Manteno.
Manteno.
Man. For
You
sure.
are the man to know. That's true.
Manteno from
Oh
Manteno.
man.
Yeah.
Well, the joke about piatone, right? How does that go? I can. I can't hum a tune, but I can pee a tone or something like that. Something. So it's a really bad
He gonna
joke.
use it. Look at
It's a really bad joke.
Somebody else said something about P.
Yeah, it's something.
Too.
Yeah, it's like I can't hum a tune, but I can pee a tone. I think is what. Yeah, yeah. I think something. Yeah, it's obviously a really stupid joke, but it's
That's a
something
good
like
joke.
that.
That's how you bring the show in.
Let's get it.
So, can you tell us some of the most influential people on your media journey?
Yeah, my friend, one of my best friends, Don Geisinger. He was my first instructor when I went to the Illinois Media School, Illinois Center for Broadcasting. He just, if it wasn't for him, I don't even know because technically I started podcasting before I started in radio.
Okay.
Just by a couple months shy. But he's the one that got me. He was like, well, if you're looking for experience behind the mic, is like, you should just start a podcast. Because he had a podcast.
Used to talking.
Yeah, because he had a podcast of his own. So, and to this day, he still is a huge help when I need to bounce ideas off of him for sure. The podcasting business and things like that. So he would probably be my number one, I would say.
That's huge. Nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice. You got anybody?
Me? Influences?
Yeah.
You and my kids, bro.
Really? For podcasting?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
Bouncing
awesome.
ideas off of y'all, yeah.
You definitely listen.
Yeah.
What I tell you randomly, it can be 2 in the morning, it can be 5 in the morning, it can be 10 at night. I get a message to say, my boy,
then you're in trouble and you're in for like some. It's not like a quick. It's not like a quick. Hey,
right? If he say you good, and I say yeah, I'm good. You sure? Oh, here we go.
Give me about 2 minutes, my boy.
Man.
I got something for you.
Yep.
You're
time.
in for it.
Man, I mean, listeners too, like the listeners who ask questions, like I kind of bounce stuff off of them, but for the most part, y'all, I be asking them kids too.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't be know what I be asking them. They be like, "Yeah, I think you should," or "No, I don't think you should do that."
Yeah, I've definitely asked my son if I should do certain things.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Nice.
Do your son listen to your show?
No. Yeah, I mean, he's only 6, or he's
Yeah.
almost 6, so he's
5.5 now.
If well, actually,
That half
not
count.
even that. His birthday's February 20th, which is coming up.
He's
So,
5 and
he's
12.
3, 4. It's
yeah.
coming.
So, but yeah, no, I mean, it's a little, over his head for him to grasp. But there was a part of me like, man, it would be fun to do like a kid-oriented podcast that's like geared towards kids that kids can listen to.
Yeah,
That would
It's like
be nice.
what would kids listen to if it was a podcast? Would it be like Blippy but in podcast version? Like I don't know.
There's got to be a lot of silly questions.
Yeah,
It's got to be really simplistic.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. But it would be fun.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think I could do it. There's tons of resources online you can use to help find questions and guides when communicating with children. Mm-hmm. So I think that would go well.
Yeah. You definitely can do one for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Ooh, my mic ain't even plugged in.
Oh, man.
The whole time. We're going to keep going. That mic's on. We're going to keep going.
Well, that's good.
You mad? Look at why you mad, bro?
No,
well, why? I know.
I'm good.
Well, why you mad at me?
You did that last time.
So do you listen to other podcasts?
I do. I listen to the All In Show.
Yeah.
I do. No, I listen to her name. Does she go by A or Allison? I couldn't.
Oh, she gonna beat you up. A.
The black
A. Okay.
Because you gonna get me beat up.
Okay.
No, she goes by the Black Allison.
She does go by the Black Allison. Okay. Mm-hmm. I did listen. That was the last episode of this show I listened to. I do listen to one of my favorite podcasts. It's one of the bigger podcasts. I love Conan O'Brien.
Okay.
I've always been a fan of his. And he has Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend is the name of his podcast. I feel like my humor and just my overall self is very similar to him. He's very geeky and nerdy.
I can see the comparison.
And
not
silly. And I can be very. I'm a dork. I'm a big dork. I do the stupidest. I do the stupidest, silliest things. People might not know that, but I do. So I think I just kind of relate to Conan O'Brien and his his personality.
Shout out to Conan O'Brien.
Shout out.
Yeah.
There's another local podcast called Leadership Level Up.
Okay.
That's another great podcast. There's
Leadership Level Up. Okay.
I'm pretty sure I got or is it Level Up Leadership? It's one of the.
We're gonna figure it out. One of the two.
Yeah.
So yeah, I try to get time to listen to other people's podcasts. I'm trying. Mm-hmm. It's actually one of my. I mean, I know we're already into the second month of 2023, but. Mm-hmm. It's a new habit I'm trying to form of just.
You got 10 more months to get it right?
Yeah, right. So, and especially since, being a podcast host, it gives me inspiration to hear how other people are doing their shows.
Absolutely.
And it makes me think, maybe I should be, not necessarily that you take what they're doing and you do the same thing, but maybe you're it just makes you think of something that's similar to it, or you're just you know what, I should do my introduction differently, or I should.
I can loosen up on certain parts, or maybe I do need to get more in depth, or maybe I do need a better. I get it. I get it.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So that's I try to listen to other. I'm trying to get into that habit
for sure.
You ain't listening to podcasts?
Oh, yeah. I just listed them on... Was that your post the other day? Somebody posted in your group? Or was it the Kankakee group? I can't remember what group it was, but they asked what podcasts were around the area.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember who posted it, but yeah, we listed 7, 8 of them. The immersive experience. With
immersive. Oh, yeah. That wasn't... Or no, that was...
Hers is pretty big.
See, that was one That's a new one I just discovered. I think I discovered it probably the same day you did.
Yeah, she just started.
But you're right. She's local, right? Mm-hmm. She's from the Kankakee area.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's one I haven't listened to yet, but that's on my list.
Dope, man. I think she's been pretty good.
Because I'm trying to figure out all the other. I went to a band's practice space the other day in Kankakee, and they were telling me. In this building where their practice space is, there's several rooms. Okay. Yeah, and I found out there's 2 other people. There's 2 other podcasters there that record podcasts, and I'd never even heard of them. I'm like, wow, this is awesome! Just learning about all these new to me podcasts.
Right,
anyway,
I love it. I love the way people coming out with it.
Yeah,
hers and Cooling with Coach E. Shout out to Coach
Definitely,
E.
yeah.
Under the Radar, your boy.
That's my cousin. Shout out.
Let me see who else. Under the Radar, Cooling with Coach E. Opinionated Facts, Kirko.
You need some more episodes, bro. Quit playing.
Yeah,
keep making excuses. It's time for him to come back.
Of course, yours, for sure. That's definitely tuned into yours.
Thanks, man.
Let me see. I think that's it. Them the 6.
Okay.
Off the top of my head. If it's one I forgot, my fault. But yeah, man. Kankakee coming with them podcasts, man. They all sounding good. So
yeah, it's really cool to see more and more podcasts forming in the area. You know,
no, I agree. I completely agree.
Yeah.
Definitely listen to Under the Radar. Shout out to Cuz.
Shout out.
We were actually on there.
Awesome.
Coolin' with Coach Cheeks. Normally it's the music one he does. It's called. Was it? Well, that's not called Coolin' with Coach Cheeks. That's called the revisit. So I listen to the revisit a lot more than Coolin' with Coach Cheeks. It's a live podcast he does on Facebook.
Oh, cool.
So he just does a lot. They literally break down albums, R&B and rap albums. They go back to old albums and they go song by song.
That's cool.
And they break it down. It's really nice.
That sounds like an awesome podcast.
Locally, it's probably all I listen to off the top of my head. Of course, I listen. I just heard about yours.
Yeah, no.
So totally in the last 2 days, I'm 4 episodes in.
Cool.
And he'll tell you, I have very little patience. I'll start listening to something and then move right on.
Oh, dude.
So I'm listening. It's there.
Well, and the thing is, it's kind of overwhelming this day and age. It's kind of like the same thing with TV shows. Mm-hmm. There's just so many podcasts, and it's like my problem.
So much listening time.
Yeah, like so when you do get the chance to listen, you're like, oh my gosh, there's all these there's all these podcasts I want to listen to, but which one do I start with? Right. I have the same problem when I'm gonna sit down and watch TV. It's like, okay, I've got all these streaming services, and there's all these things, and it's like, but I have no idea what I should start watching. Sure. You know, it just because I get overwhelmed. So what do? I end up like the whole night just scrolling through, like, oh, maybe I'll watch this. No, I've already seen that.
That's
or
the
like,
worst.
You know, it's just
I hadn't heard of your podcast. We actually were doing a show, Gentleman's Choice. Shout out to. He was gonna get Marcel and I'm really bad with names. They're my guys. I'm sorry.
Will Chamberlain.
There we go. Cordero, right? Yeah. And the whole time we were there, all he kept talking about was your podcast, and he kept him.
Wow.
He just kept going on and on.
I said, man,
he was like, "We're getting him on the show. We're getting him on the show." He's like, "This the Kankakee Podcast." He just kept going order. So last week he was like, "You know, he coming on the show. Did you listen to it?" And I was like, "Bro, I'm gonna listen to him in a couple of days." So I work a lot too, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, as soon as I get a chance, and so it was actually yesterday I started listening. I told him earlier, like, oh, that's pretty good.
Thanks.
That presence is there. So
well, thank you.
Great job.
You guys are too kind. You guys are doing a fantastic job.
Much appreciated.
Yeah.
Are you an introvert or an extrovert?
You know, I'm an introvert for sure, which shocks so many people considering the profession I'm in.
Right.
So.
I mean, I will say, yeah. Are you the same way?
Yeah, same way.
Oh,
yeah. I like being in the crib, too.
Good, but are you an extrovert?
I am an extrovert to the core.
See, the opposites attract, man. You know? I have found that the older I've gotten, I have become a little more extroverted.
Yeah.
And I'm going the opposite way.
Are you? Yeah, see, that happens too. But still, even though, you know, yes, people get shocked. They're like, but you host a radio show and you're talking to, you know, thousands of people when you're on the radio. And it's like, yeah, but guess what? I'm in a room by myself.
Right. Just chatting it up.
And when, you know, whether it's radio or podcasting, you're supposed to think about one person, because it's not thousands of. It's not, hey everyone.
Right.
It's one person is listening to you right now in their car. Mm-hmm. It's not thousands of people at Soldier Field listening to you talk about whatever it is that you're talking about. It's one person. Yeah, bring up the Titanic again. Right. So, you know, so you're supposed to think of just one person when you're speaking. So, like, you know, say thank you for listening, or instead of saying thank you everyone, or just make it singular, you know.
Oh, wow, I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because especially, you know, radio is a personal medium, but podcasting even more so. It's even more of an intimate medium. Right. So
do you get a lot of nervous? I'm sorry. Do you get a lot of nervous people? There we go.
There you go.
On your show?
Sometimes. I feel like most of the time, though, they usually do pretty good. Or if they're nervous in the beginning, they kind of relax. Because usually on my show, I just let the kind of the conversation flow, and I just learn. I'm just there to learn about the person or the place that they represent or the organization that they represent. So, it's usually, if I'm asking them stuff, it's usually stuff they already know. Right. So, and I never have a person on the podcast to be like, what were you doing last night at 5 o'clock?
I can't wait till I get somebody like that. I just want one person. I can just drill.
Yeah, why the hell did you do that?
Right. What were you worried about yesterday at 7:15 p.m.? Because I know you weren't at where you said you were at.
Right. Yeah.
Cut the show. I can't wait. Yeah. That's what he gonna do. I know that. What's wrong with you?
What the hell wrong with you?
Yeah. So I'm not grilling them on why did you vote Republican? Why did you vote Democrat? I don't
Right.
Right.
No, we definitely try to keep politics and religion.
Yes, I try to
separate from the show, and if you are talking one of those things, it's something that we allow you to speak your voice on, and we don't speak on because we stay neutral on most of those type of things. We have our opinions, but it's some things people go to heavy extremes on. And those are the two.
And that's what
if you want to talk religious, we will sit and talk religious and listen more than anything. If you want to be anti-religion, we'll sit and talk anti-religion. We're not going to talk much on anything because we don't want to. It's just too much.
I try to keep things as neutral as possible.
I'd rather go personal than to something that goes more into a belief or a belief system. So,
that's a whole nother ball game
for sure.
I got a tough question.
Were you nervous coming on this show?
I was excited actually. I was excited more than anything, just because. Usually when I get the most excited, whether it's Kankakee Podcast or I get to be a guest on another podcast, and I'm not super familiar with you guys, so it just makes me excited getting to meet other people, because I feel like Kankakee Podcast and the All In Show are so similar, as we're both kind of doing the same thing, and so I was just excited to meet another group of people that's doing similar stuff.
They're both truly, who are you? What are you about shows?
Yeah. And so it was just I was just excited and honored and flattered and just excited to meet you guys. So absolutely. I don't think I was, maybe a tad nervous, but you guys are, obviously I've listened enough to the show.
Right.
So I kind of I knew what to expect. And
when you host a show and you have to do research for your show, when you go to someone else's show, it goes easier because you're like, I gotta listen to about 5 or 6 episodes. That's all I need, and I'll be able to know to walk in, what the premise is, how they start, how they end it, when I should go, when I shouldn't. So you got that definitely.
It's true.
Tough question. You guys ready?
Oh man,
what's your biggest failure? And what did you learn from your biggest failure? And it can't be. What was the name of the pizza place?
Mr. Giggles. Mr. Giggles. Man,
you're not laughing at this one. He stole my grape show. Okay. Another fun fact that I have to share about Mr. Giggles before I answer your question. Okay. You'll think this is even funnier because I told you how much of a prick that guy was, right? His profession, before starting a pizza place, he was a ice figure skater.
Stop it.
No.
Can't make it up.
No.
So how the hell you go from ice figure?
He was Blade to Glory.
That's what I was just thinking. Yeah. Will Ferrell, no.
And you would just never guess it because he was mean, but he was
keeps the people moving.
He's a figure skater.
Competitive and just.
So he just jump in the air, hit a circle, and come back down.
That's
how you spin the pizzas. That's how you spin the pizza.
That's how you spin that dough.
Yeah. So anyway, how those two?
How that correlate? Don't even. Was it good? You got some footage?
I don't know. I never got to see any footage, but yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
That's funny.
My biggest failure. Gosh, I don't know. I don't know where to begin. I mean,
you need a moment to think.
Maybe.
Because I'm sure he can hit us. What's your biggest failure? Tell me what you felt the worst at.
You know what, bro?
Well, you have to also tell me what you learned from that experience too.
What I learned from it?
Mm-hmm.
I think my biggest failure initially, when I moved, bro, and I couldn't see my kids every day, I feel like I failed.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, man, how the hell am I going to correlate being a good dad, being way down here, trying to work and, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So what I learned from it was I got to figure out a way to be able to be down there and up here. So thus, I started making different moves to make that happen, and
you definitely did.
I'm everywhere now, my boy.
See?
Yeah. So now I can move around, see them, get away from their ass, take all my goddamn money.
He say that now, but he get one day, then the next day you coming over.
Man, bro, I can't get away from them. They gonna come right back.
Oh, it's a. I always compare my son to a Sour Patch Kid.
Okay.
You know, sweet but sour,
Yeah,
or sour but sweet.
Sour but
you know?
sweet.
Yeah.
Can't get rid of them.
They start off sour, then they sweet.
Yeah.
Or the other way around.
Or the other way around.
Yeah.
Or the other way
It's
around.
right.
And you can't get rid of them, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
They here. You get mad at them, you gotta see them again.
He said
So
that like
you
it just defeats his
man,
whole life every
so
time
you
you
just-
realize that.
You just gotta make
Back
a way.
here again.
Yeah. It's a love, you just have to grow the love. So I just figured out a way to come on up here, man. So this is where they at. So
Good one.
yeah, man. So that way heavy because I need to see them all the time. I got to lay my eyes on them just in case I gotta fuck something up. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
But, I mean, as a
are.
dad, not to say nothing happening, but you that's instinct. Anything something go wrong with them,
Yeah. I mean, I cannot ever possibly imagine living, far from my son. Like that would be, there's just no way.
Yeah.
That would be hard. That would be hard. So I get it.
Man.
Yeah. I mean, I have not done that, but like, if I ever was in that, I don't know what I would do. That would be so hard. So, yeah. I guess, I mean, biggest failure is, I guess, just not being honest sooner.
As far as what?
I mean, just in general, I think of all the times that, and because there's in just so many situations, how sometimes you're afraid to be honest about well, let's say
not your life, but just example. You're afraid to be honest.
Like, you're. This is a very simple situation, but let's say, like, your girlfriend buys you a sweater. You really don't like the sweater, but you go out and you put it on anyway, but you absolutely hate it. You despise the sweater, but you wear it. Yeah, but you don't let her know that.
Right.
But it just keeps going and going and going, and eventually you just cannot.
This sweater got to get out my closet.
You cannot keep that lie going. So that's a very, very like more of a minor. But yeah, just
So
but
when something else bothering you, you're gonna bring up that sweater.
Yeah. So just like
you burnt dinner and I ate that sweater.
I ate that fucking sweater too.
She like, what? You love that sweater. I might love that sweater.
Fuck the dinner. Throw that sweater away. What are you even talking about, bro?
So yeah, just being, taking.
Get it together.
Sorry, that was funny.
No.
That was funny.
Just taking away that fear of being honest,
right?
And just being honest with yourself and being honest with other people, and just doing it sooner rather than later.
For sure.
Just because what happens with me is, in those situations, it builds up. Well, a lot of things happen, but one thing is that anxiety kind of builds up inside of you.
It does.
And then eventually you just...
It's gonna come out. It's gonna come out.
You burst, and all of a sudden, like, you're having all these problems. Like, you're overeating, you're, like... there's like all these things
I
get it too, man. I have the same problem. Like, I stress eat like crazy. So, and sometimes it can be... It's these built up things that, so. That's
a good one too,
that's
for real.
one thing, and that's an ongoing thing. That's something I'm still constantly working on.
Yeah.
Is just
what makes it so hard for you, like. Because I know for me, I used to be like that heavy because I didn't want to hurt people's feelings. Like,
yeah, I mean, right. That's part of it.
Yeah.
You know, part of it is not. Sometimes it's you don't want to hurt their feelings.
Are you confrontational?
See, that's the other thing. I don't like. I will avoid confrontation, but not. I'm not like the most severe non-confrontational person. I would say maybe I'm kind of in the middle.
Okay,
you be whooping ass.
No, I don't whoop ass. Oh, no, I don't whoop ass. No.
He's choking people out before the show. I told you, had a form ready.
Hell, okay.
No. I mean,
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Kankakee Podcast.
Right. They said no, hemmed up.
Damn it! I told you to close the door.
Thanks for having me, Jake.
We don't have video for a reason. This is why.
Oh my god! Yeah, there's a reason the video versions of Kankakee Podcast are only available to patrons. There's a reason.
So y'all got to pay for this.
Yeah, you got to pay for that.
This is WrestleMania.
Welcome to Kankakee Podcast WrestleMania edition.
Right, let's get ready to roll.
Oh man, no. Part of it is not wanting to hurt the other person's feelings. I think part of it is you don't want to disappoint them. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I just don't have the right. I can't
say that shit.
Yes, I can't put the right words together in my brain to say it in a way that comes off the wrong way.
Mm-hmm. Any way I say it is gonna hurt your feelings.
It's like it's you don't want it to come off and because you mean it. The place it's coming from is not coming from a mean, pretentious place,
but in my head, it's not pretty.
But the words that you form in your mouth, it sounds it comes off that way. So
I hate this sweater. How else do I say it?
Yeah, right. How else
I'm
do you?
not fond of your choices when it comes to sweaters. I don't.
Yeah. So, I would say that's why.
I feel you 100%, bro.
How do you want to be remembered?
I don't want to be. I want to be remembered as. Well, hopefully.
This is tough.
This is a tough one.
A good question,
I thought of it. I guess.
Oh, okay. I know somebody else I can ask to give you a break.
Okay.
It's up to you.
I'll take this. I'll take this one first.
Okay.
I just want to be remembered as someone who was not about themselves. Because when it comes to, I guess, especially when it comes to like my career and just how I overall approach things, I want people to remember me as hopefully someone that was helpful to them in some sort of way, whether it was having someone be a guest on the show or just, hey, he, mowed my lawn one day or just whatever it is. I just hope that I'm remembered as helpful because I'm trying to be more helpful in every way possible.
I respect that.
You know, so that because it goes back to, I'm sure you've seen that meme floating around online that says people won't remember like your job title or whatever, but they're gonna remember they're gonna remember like how you acted or what. So people are gonna forget like, wasn't he like was he a radio guy or was he a podcast guy or was he like a YouTube guy? I can't remember.
I know he hated that sweater.
I know he hated that sweater. So they might forget what it was like. I
love sweaters, so that's the only reason it's in my head. Like sweater.
So that they might they might, maybe they'll think, oh yeah, Jake LaMore, he did that one thing, but maybe they'll remember that. Yeah, but that one time he saw me at the store and he opened the door for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Small acts of kindness go a long way.
Yeah. So I'm trying to remember those things as I, keep going on in life.
Makes sense. That's actually a really great one too.
Yeah. It's hard, but I'm trying.
As the song says, we all need somebody to lean on.
I love that song.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's a good one.
What about you, Grape Stiller?
How you go behind that?
That is tough to go behind. Look, he gonna go get him
Yeah.
again.
It still got some left.
Yeah, he gonna get him.
Oh yeah, that's it. It's over with.
He didn't get no water bill, so he definitely didn't get no grapes.
Man, bro, no, that was tough to go behind, bro. You said it all there. But if I had to pick one though, probably positivity.
Yeah.
Just remember, if you ever remember anything about me, just remember I'm positive. Get your ass up. Go to the gym. Remember that.
That's definitely him screaming that.
That's a hard. Yeah, that definitely would have been what I would have said. I mean, that's a big one. Yeah. It's just being positive in every situation, because it's taken me a while to kind of garner that mindset of the more we acknowledge the positive, the more positivity there will be, the more that positive thing will grow. And
what you focus on will grow.
Exactly. And it's not to say, and I feel like some people get the wrong idea with that mindset. It's not the fact that it does not mean I don't want to talk about negative stuff. It does not mean that I do not acknowledge the negative stuff. It just means I approach those things in a more positive mindset instead of saying, well, this is awful, it should be like the way it used to be, yada yada yada. It's like, okay, well, let's approach it in the way, this is horrible, what can we do
to fix it,
to make it better?
Come on, man.
So it's like, like people night and day complain all about violence, and they talk about it till they're blue in the face, right? And they talk about how terrible it is, and it's because of, this person lives there, or that person lives there, or it's because of this business is in this neighborhood, or that business is in this neighborhood. And it's like, okay, well, none of what you said offers a solution.
No solution, bro. We just talking.
So
exactly. I'm out for the same way.
I think y'all both got really great answers. Because I accidentally didn't do the last one. So what do I want to be remembered by?
Yeah, what do you want to be remembered by?
Yeah, see? That's how you
see?
See
that question, see?
Sitting on those grapes on there. Yeah, see?
No grapes for you,
love, compassion, and community. Definitely got to be it.
Them three.
All in one. You can't have one without the other. If I wanted to describe the message that I want to lead, they work hand in hand. They got to be equal, and this is really who I am. The more you go in depth of who I am and the things that I've done and the things I talk about, I definitely spread love and laughter. That's the easiest to see. But it's a lot of little things around the community, be it a really close community being my family, or something as simple as his family. Get around them and treat them like they my family, and show them how comfortable they can be around another person that they don't really know, or or if I was around your family, or however it goes, whoever I'm in front of, impacting those people as my community with those two first things. I think those are the big ones.
That's great.
Because I'm definitely all about love.
Yeah.
It's the biggest thing I preach on the show for sure. So.
Well, I feel the love.
Well, that's good. That's good. Yeah. I try to just drown you in it. So
I'm drowning over here.
Right?
Yeah.
You feel like you're choking, that's just love.
It's just love. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Don't touch them.
Push it out the way. Yeah, don't touch me. I don't like don't touch them.
Feel the love.
Invisible. It's just this thing. Just this cloud of forceful invisibility squeezing you to death. But
don't touch his chest.
But you don't
man.
Don't touch him.
I don't like to in any manner.
Man,
no, you're right.
It's all good.
Oh man. Can you give us an unpopular opinion that you have?
Well, you did ask me that.
I did.
Before.
Yours was good, so I had to ask it.
Don't say it.
You got
Should I think of another one?
No, you're good.
You know, it's funny when I had a hard time answering that question in the pre-show stuff, and that was the only one I could come up with at the time, and I don't know what another one is besides that one.
Since you said a food one, let me give you a food one.
He didn't say his yet.
We're giving him a break. He said he want to think of another one. I'm giving him a chance.
Go ahead. Say the
one.
one. Say the one.
Oh no, I'll say.
Go
I'll say. May as well say it because everyone's going to be wondering what it is.
Well, I've been trying to figure out what it is.
The fourth graders going to be under the comments like, what did he say?
I don't like peanut butter.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and
peanut butter. In no shape, form, or fashion, or anything.
I was in our group chat. I was saying I like Reese's, for example, chocolate and peanut butter. I can do that, but I don't even like peanut butter and jelly. Yeah, I know. Yeah. But I don't discriminate because my fiance is like the biggest peanut butter lover in the whole wide world.
Shout out to the fiance.
So Lizzie is obsessed with it. You can give her a whole jar of peanut butter and she'll just sit there and just scoop it out.
I just had peanut butter and celery earlier today.
Celery.
Celery.
Yeah, that's a thing.
You don't even need a spoon. Just dip the celery in there.
That's what
peanut butter and the chocolate.
See, I'll do that.
Okay.
Do it look like I need peanut butter and chocolate?
You slimming, my boy. You slimming
slowly.
Yeah.
Slimming slowly.
So yeah, that's about as far as the peanut butter goes.
Okay. You got a food one? Uncommon?
Salad, bro.
I love salad.
Who can't eat lettuce? It's lettuce with dressing,
like it, bro.
It's really wet. It's great.
I don't like the whole combination. I don't like none of that. The concoction of it, the croutons,
you don't have to have
dressing.
Croutons. You don't like no dressing.
None of that, bro. Throw it out the way.
But you like barbecue tenders, chicken tenders.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Barbecue chicken tenders are the bomb.
And that sauce though, and that sauce though on the chicken tenders.
You don't eat barbecue sauce on your salad, do you?
No, well,
that's what I'm saying. I probably could. Yeah,
you should try it. What's weird?
I might.
But what's so? I mean, barbecue and chicken go together all the time.
Man, all the time.
Salad and dressing go together.
They do. I agree.
You're trying to get me and got.
Even more. I'm just asking him because he made it seem like it was the sauce.
I mean, it's not like he's eating ketchup with his eggs.
Ooh, no.
But a lot of people like that.
A lot of people like that.
Can you do that? I don't like cheesecake.
Okay. A lot of people don't like cheesecake. Yeah.
Or Jello. Those textures.
You don't like Jello?
What about pudding?
Shout pudding? No.
Shout out to watermelon. What about pudding? You like pudding?
No.
He doesn't like pudding either.
I just started eating watermelon.
Watermelon's the bomb.
6 weeks ago.
That hole you
like 6 weeks ago. Because somebody was telling me all of the benefits of watermelon.
Yeah, man.
And he was like, look, if you can eat through two little watermelons, the first ones, if you can eat through those, I'm telling you, get past the texture. Now, I'll pay you.
When I bought them, ate them.
You gonna pay me to eat them.
When I bought them, I'm not gonna tell you.
Ate them.
Look at that cup. Look at that cup.
I'm not gonna tell you it's fine.
Look at that cup. Look at that cup.
I was hungry, Black Dynamite.
You can't beat a good watermelon, man.
You just can't.
I don't like
so. I always like watermelon juice. I don't like the texture. I don't like any other melon except mango.
Really, I like coconut flavor stuff.
Almond Joys, bro.
Dude,
really?
Like almond Joys.
Oh, you can't.
Dude. Oh, take that back.
Oh, you can't stand almond Joys.
Oh, no, take that back. Rub it all in.
Oh, no.
Rub it in like it's Lubriderm.
Hell no.
See, I love almond Joys.
That's all right,
chocolate and
I'm not a big fan.
I just love chocolate.
You're a chocolate guy? I'm not a big
fan. I love dark chocolate. That's my favorite.
I like dark chocolate.
Other than that,
almonds,
I don't.
nuts, or cashews.
I love dark chocolate.
I don't keep not a chocolate.
I'm not a caramel fan.
I love dark chocolate almonds.
Let me keep going. I'm not a caramel fan.
Snickers.
Guess what my favorite candy is?
What?
A Snickers.
What?
Huh.
I don't know why.
What?
But if you give me chocolate and caramel, I won't eat it.
What?
It's the peanuts in it, I think, because I like chocolate and peanuts.
It's that trio.
Yeah. I don't know why. Anything else with caramel, you can keep it.
Say it again, bro.
I don't like caramel.
Okay. You don't like chocolate.
I'm not a candy fan.
But see, I don't like
no,
peanut butter.
I said
and
I like dark
Reese's,
chocolate.
so-
I like dark chocolate.
Oh, yeah.
But initially, you ain't a fan of chocolate.
I don't eat candy like
You don't like caramel.
No.
But your favorite
that. The
candy
only thing
is
I eat
Snickers.
caramel is a Snicker.
Man.
You know, I had
I
a
won't eat a Milky Way. I don't eat Kit Kats. Bro, I eat a Snicker maybe twice a year. Maybe.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's maybe.
I don't eat.
I don't like
Snickers,
pie. I mean, I like pie. I don't like
love pie.
cake.
Man, what's
I
your
love
favorite
cake.
pie, bro? What's your favorite cake, too? Let's get it.
I mean,
Look at him. Sweets is up his alley.
yeah,
Look at his
right,
Yeah,
right
man.
here, man.
I'm trying to tell you.
Oh,
That's
dude.
my Jones. That's
Yeah, no, I mean, I like all kinds of different pies. I mean,
Yeah.
the only I had raisin pie
Prefer
one time
common.
though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
raisin pie. Was
Raisin
kinda
pie?
great. Yeah, I think it's like an old people thing.
I was
Gotta
going
be,
to say, what
gotta
part of the
be.
country were you in when you got raisin pie?
Manteno.
Kankakee.
Kankakee?
Kankakee.
The city of Kankakee?
The city of
Wild
Kankakee.
Man, Kankakee, y'all have changed.
But yeah, I did not like that raisin pie. But I mean, apple, blueberry,
Peach
strawberry,
cobbler.
peach,
Ain't nothing like a good
Yeah,
peach
true.
cobbler.
Yeah.
cherry,
Yeah.
yeah, I
Blueberry.
mean, blueberry,
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So, rhubarb pie.
I don't know if I'm a fan of rhubarb pie. I've never...
Strawberry rhubarb is the best, but
Pumpkin pie?
I like pumpkin pie.
Sweet potato pie?
I've never had sweet potato
It's
pie.
very similar to pumpkin pie.
Okay.
It is not.
It's similar. I didn't say they look like
Definitely is
that.
not.
No.
They similar.
Hey man, we're gonna get him a sweet potato pie, man. I'm gonna get you one from the hood. It's gonna be real good for sure. We're definitely gonna bring you one.
What's the singer who made them pies?
Patty?
Patty LaBelle? She got
No, we ain't gonna
pies.
get no patty pie.
Oh, that ain't as good
Get
as the
one
one
from the
was.
junction.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you one from the real spots.
Mm.
My people be making pies, bro.
All right.
It's gonna be sweet.
All right.
Man, we didn't talk way too much about
Oh,
pies.
we
I don't
good.
even know.
Yeah.
Are you into music? I think you said
Oh
you
yeah.
were.
Well, yeah. I play music. Or I mean, not as much as I used to. But yeah. No.
What was the
I
name
love
of your
music.
band?
The band was called The Projection.
The
Projection.
Like a
Okay.
like a projector.
Yeah.
Yeah, project.
Okay.
Yep.
Projecting that
So-
good music.
Songs wise,
Songs wise.
on your current playlist, who you got?
Don't pull up that Apple playlist.
You
Mike.
can look it up on YouTube.
Yeah.
Well, I was, I mentioned Green Day earlier.
Early Green Day or later Green Day? 'Cause
I like
they're
it
kinda
all.
two different.
They are. I mean, there's similarities, but yes, there's a lot of big differences.
Yeah,
I like it
pop
all.
later,
I like,
right?
I like all Green Day. Honestly, I like it all. And
early Green Day.
I was just, are you okay? Then I get you. And I know a lot of people that are more on the early side.
Yeah.
But I
None of
like,
this one.
yeah. But I was just this week I was listening to their 25th anniversary edition of their album Nimrod,
Okay.
which is the song that has Good Riddance or Time of Your Life on it. Everyone knows that song because it was played at all the graduation
Right,
ceremonies
right.
and so I was listening to that because there was like a bunch of like B-sides and demos and things like that on it. So yeah, that's I guess on my playlist.
Okay. Them
sort
your
of.
boys then. Green
Yeah.
Day, for sure. Okay.
Trying to think of what else I was listening to. My fiance and I have been listening to the new Fall Out Boy songs
Okay.
that have been coming out.
Emo music. We're with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know they put out new music.
Like just like in the last month,
Okay.
maybe they put out 2 or 3 new songs.
Got it.
So it's because they've got a new album coming out in March.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean that's as far as recent that I can think of. Yeah,
For sure.
those. Yeah, usually I'm listening to the radio in the car, or I'm listening to podcasts. If I'm not editing my own, I'm
Right.
listening to others. Yeah, you do.
And
Yeah,
it's hard to focus on other things when you're doing that.
yeah, but I try to.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are the ones I can think of directly off the top of my head.
For sure.
Yeah.
What about you?
You already know the 3.
Here we go.
Young Dolph, Big Crit, and Glorilla, Big Glow.
I don't.
Yeah. No, yeah, man, it's everywhere.
2 out of 3,
man.
I go with it. No, he actually got me listening to her a little bit. She's alright.
Yeah, everywhere, man. Hip hop, R&B. I've been bumping some country. I had to DJ a country wedding.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Harris wedding.
Shout out to the
Harris
Harris
ago.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
I have to indulge in it. 'Cause I didn't know nothing about it.
Right.
Dude.
Yeah, some of it's dope though. So once I started listening to it, so
Yeah.
got a couple of them on there.
That's
I
cool.
listen to just about everything now, especially being a DJ. So
Yeah.
man.
That's cool. How about you?
Oh, me?
Yeah. I gotta know.
There's a female artist named Her. I'm really big into her.
Oh, she's awesome.
Her is
Very talented.
Yes. She is the greatest duet writer in the game right now. Who else am I listening to right now? I know this would sound crazy. Because I started working out again, so I kind of started going back.
Sure.
I have been back into a lot of the early G Unit albums, the first albums.
Okay.
So because a lot of those, the tempo are really good for me when I'm working out or running. So it's been that.
Been shooting people in the gym.
Boy, you a window shopper, mad at me. I think I know why.
What?
Why?
Homie say, why you rolling your eyes at me? Because you a window shopper, bro.
Says G Unit's not around anymore, right?
As a
Or
group,
are they?
no.
Who was in the group?
50 Cent was the leader.
Okay, I was gonna say it was 50 Cent, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was right about that.
It's 50, a.k.a. Ferrari F50.
Lloyd Banks.
Yeah.
Lloyd Banks was
Tony
awesome.
Ayo.
Young Buck.
The
Tony
Game.
Ayo. Yeah, the game too.
Yeah.
And I mean, none of those were as successful as him, though, right?
Oh, not
I
on the
mean,
level he hit,
yeah.
but they were all of their first albums were successful.
Yeah, yeah.
I would say the game would probably be second after.
I was
his
gonna
first
say I
album.
definitely recognize the game.
Yeah.
And then Tony
Yeah.
Ayo and not Tony Ayo, I mean
say
Lloyd
Young
Banks
Buck after
and
that.
Young Buck, they were about the same, but both of them had they both got critically acclaimed first albums
Yeah.
for rap. Yeah,
Yeah, when they was out, they was out.
boy, that Buck was nice.
It was. That was one of my favorite albums.
That's the one I usually play after I play 50.
50 said that was most of his music that he just gave it to him.
Yeah,
The beats and stuff.
50 said get him Buck, you know I'm gonna get him.
For sure.
So I'm definitely listening to that. My brother-in-law, shout out to Greg, put me on something Ross. I can't think of his first name. He gonna be mad at me.
Rick.
Not the rapper. He's a singer. Something Ross. You want me to look? Hold on. I'll tell you.
While he looking for a favorite
Yeah, there you
singer,
go. Good job. Look at him being the co-host.
Go ahead and do a little.
Excuse me.
I feel you. Keep moving in a minute. Well, yeah, man. So the key word for this show is Manteno. Is that how you say it?
Manteno.
That's the key word. The key word is Manteno. So when I post this show, the first person to type Manteno get $40.
What?
Courtesy
He
of
does
Bro
all
Dustin.
types of crazy stuff.
Dude.
He definitely
Yeah.
does.
Man.
His name, perfect timing. His name is Kevin Ross.
Kevin Ross.
Yes,
So,
you should look him up.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
checking
Nice.
familiar with him.
I've been listening to Sir Lucky Day. It's a lot of these are R&B artists. It's a lot of people. I'm very into R&B. That's my genre. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Where can we find your podcast?
So it's on all major podcast platforms. So
Got it.
Apple, Spotify, iHeart.
What's its name?
Kankakee Podcast.
Yeah.
yeah.
There you go.
And you can find all those links at kankakeepodcast.com. So,
Nice.
yeah.
And your radio show?
Radio show. So my regular radio show is Monday through Friday, 2 to 7 on WFAV 95.1 FM. That's 2 to 7 p.m.
Got it.
And then I'll fill in on the other Milner Media owned stations, which is the Valley and River Country.
Mhm.
I'll do fill-in work sometimes on those. Like, as we're recording this episode, like, I'm filling in on the Valley for like the next 10 days in the midday slot. So, but my regular time slot is,
Got
2
it.
to 7 on WFAV. So,
You're a man of many talents, and I want to let you know I'm giving you a billboard, right?
yeah.
On this billboard,
Mm-hmm.
what would you put on it? Anything you want.
I think something that I came across not too long ago that struck a chord with me. A lot of people are familiar with Bill Yonka in the Kankakee area.
What's up, Bill?
Yeah.
Bill
My boy.
is such a just pro Kankakee, just pro community, you know?
Right.
And I don't know if this was a phrase that he came up with, but I saw him because he likes to draw. He's an artist on many different levels. And one day I saw him draw. I think it was actually like the shape of Illinois or something, the outline of Illinois, and like in the middle of it, he wrote, I think it was "Don't give up on your hometown." And that struck a chord with me because I feel like I know I was once at that point in my life where I did give up on my hometown and I would just kind of trash talk it and I just wanted to move out.
Right. Sorry, Manteno.
It just can't, Kankakee as a whole. I did go through that period, and so it strikes a chord with me because I feel like there are people I come across that have given up on their hometown.
Yeah.
Right.
And I feel like we should never give up on our hometown, wherever that may be. And so that's what I would put up on a billboard. Don't give up on your hometown.
Nice.
Get your ass up. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, get your ass up, man. Get up and do something. Nobody trying to hear that bullshit. Get up.
So,
on the billboard.
Freshly learning to read kids.
Right on court.
I can't talk about fourth graders.
Right on Court Street.
But you can put on Court Street, get your ass up.
right in front of King Middle School. Get your ass up, man. It's time to go to school. It's time to go to work. It's time to do something. Get up.
Or, another good one that I would do is I really like Kent Wade's Shake the Fear. His whole Shake the Fear motto is just great. I literally think of it at least once a day, if not multiple times a day. And whatever I'm doing,
it's powerful. That's a powerful statement.
It's a powerful statement. Just like, like apply pressure, same thing.
Shout
out to Derek.
Fly above it, copious lifestyle.
Yeah.
I love
our boys. We just had them on not too long ago.
Great guys. I love the motivation and the meaning behind all of those. And even if you don't know the meaning behind it, it still is a positive motto that you can apply to however you need to apply it to in your life. And so, yeah.
The All-In Show. Get your ass up.
And with that, we go into a break.
Yeah.
All-In Show. We'll be back.